At the end of the day, my mama ain't in no hookah lounge in the middle of Atlanta talking about hallelujah and calling her Jezebel. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for another episode of Yes for the Mess. It's a special episode as we wrap up the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion just wrapped on Sunday. The last part of the reunion came out on Sunday, and like I said, this has been one of the best seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta in a very long time. You know what I mean? And I just love it. I love most of the girls. I just love this season. And like I said, I want everybody to return on the next season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Even though I'm so happy that the season is over, only because of the discourse that we've pretty much went through this season. Because let's be for real, no other housewives show gets this much discourse like Real Housewives of Potomac. Now that's a toxic ass fan base. So this season of Housewives of Atlanta, that is what we got this time around because it was so divided. Everybody had so many opinions about this season, things like that, which should be a good thing. You know, when you have all those different opinions and stuff like that, it normally turns the show out and makes it be what it needs to be, if you ask me. So I can't really be mad about the discourse, but that pretty much solidifies the fact that this is a good show and a good season. I can say that for the most part. You feel what I'm saying? So I definitely had to come back and do another video about this, mainly because of the fact that I really want to give you guys my unbiased ranking of the cast members this season. And I think I'm going to start doing this after every season of Housewives, whether it's Atlanta, whether it's Potomac. I'm going to do a ranking of each housewife and tell y'all why they are where they at. Okay? So I'm gonna do all that. Cause like I said, I'm gonna do all of that simply because of the fact that my mama ain't in no hookah lounge in the middle of Atlanta talk about hallelujah and calling her a Jezebel. That's all I'm saying. So we're gonna get into all that. Hey Jada. So we're gonna get into all of that by the 5-minute mark. We're definitely gonna get into it. Well, my mind's at. I think I see probably one moderator up in here, and that's Norris. But you all know, I don't know if y'all got my notifications or not. Cause I listen, y'all know I be getting all these damn DMs and emails and shit telling me that they're not getting notifications. They have to look for me. They have to search for my videos in order to even know that I even went live. It's just annoying. So if y'all see a lot of community wall posts, that's the reason why I post so much on my community wall, so you guys can know that a lot is coming. That's why I post a lot on my community wall. That is the main reason why I post a lot over there. Because if I don't, y'all won't even know that there's a video coming because of these damn notifications. But anyway, you guys, we're at the 4-minute mark. Y'all know we get started at 5 minutes. The 4-minute mark is where I give all of my time to my moderators. The only moderator that I see up in here is Norris. That's the only one that I see in here. So you already know what to do, Norris. If the people get out of line, put their ass in time out. Don't ban them, but just put their asses in time out. Make sure that everybody's engaged. Make sure that if anyone is new here, make sure they subscribe to the platform. Make sure they're liking the video. Make sure they're hyping it up. And not only that, leave the flames in the chat. Y'all do know that y'all leaving the flames in the chat sets the tone for a hot show. Because y'all don't come here for no cold show. Y'all come here for a hot show. That's what we come here for, okay? Now, we're headed into the 5-minute mark. Let's get into it. It's like 48 people up in here so far. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. All right. So it's time for us to get into the show. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17 season wrap up where I rank the cast. Who delivered and who flopped. Okay. Now listen, like I said, this is a very unbiased ranking. I want you guys to know that because the girls love to say that Scotty is biased. Okay. They love to say that. But I'm telling y'all, this is a very unbiased take on this. I actually took out some time to really think about what these women have brought to the show. And my rankings on this season is mainly based on storylines and what exactly did they bring to the show. And not only that, it's also based on the social media responses that they got and things of that nature. You know, if ain't nobody talking about you, then we don't need you, if that makes sense. Okay? Now, listen, I don't see enough flames in the chat, and it's 53 of you guys up in here. If you're ready for me to get this show started, all I need to see in the chat is flames. That's it. For the next minute, I need to see nothing but flames in this chat. If you're ready for the show to start, let's light this chat up right now. Like, for real. Y'all got to do better than this. Light this chat up so we can get the show started, okay? Go ahead and light this chat up. There y'all go. I see y'all. Light this chat up. Light it up. Come on. There we go. I see y'all. Light this motherfucker up. Light it up. I see y'all. We got 10 more seconds. So let's light this chat up. No, y'all gonna get my face. Just like this chat up. All right. Now that y'all done lit this chat up a little bit, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Okay? It's 54 you guys up in here. Y'all know with every live that we do, the goal is to get to 100 folks. But this is one of these lives where I don't expect too much from it, and I'm here to have a good time. Okay? So let's go ahead and start with the countdown, y'all. Let's start with the countdown. Now let's start with number 9. Number 9 is Phaedra Parks. Number 9 is Phaedra Parks, y'all. I gotta be honest now. Please don't take it. Oh my God, he being biased. No. I'm not. Just listen to what my explanation is for why she's number 9. Phaedra is number 9 because Phaedra simply did not have a storyline. Phaedra really didn't do much this season for me. I feel like Phaedra, what she did, like she played a role, but it wasn't a role that was significant, if you ask me. It wasn't a role that was significant. She played the part of a friend of. I don't think that she really deserved to have no peach this season. I honestly feel like Cynthia kind of did way more than Phaedra did. Phaedra, when you're doing reality TV, you have to assert your presence. And I really feel like Phaedra did not. Like, she do what she normally does, and that's that confessional shade and those noises that she like to make and those sorry, and those faces that she also likes to make. That's the only thing that Phaedra really gave us on this season of The Real Housewives. That's the only thing that she ever really just gave us for real. And yeah, she gave us the trip to Scotland and stuff like that. But it's kind of like, okay, like, oops. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't even know where this even came from, child. But anyway, so that is the thing. So I'm like, okay, so what else is she gonna give us? Like, we seen her kids maybe once or twice or something like that, and I don't even think she had a package this reunion. She was giving Giselle, she didn't even have no damn package. So it's like, what is she bringing? And I was never really excited about her coming back to the Real Housewives in the first place. And I know that ever since Phaedra left the Real Housewives of Atlanta the very first time, there were so many people that wanted her back. And I was one of the few that was like, why do y'all want her back? Like, I don't understand, why do y'all want her back so bad? Because she's not bringing anything. Even when she was on Married to Medicine, everybody was so certain that she was gonna come in and give the girls a show, and she did absolutely nothing. And I don't understand why everybody just wanted her back so bad. And she came back to this show and didn't do a thing. She tried to pipe up at the reunion on Pinky, and Pinky woke her ass up. So it's like, okay, Phaedra, what exactly are you doing to give us a show? Because you ain't giving us nothing. We got to be real. You ain't really giving us much of a motherfucking thing, to be honest. So what exactly are you doing that's making you have some staying power in this bitch? That's what I'm trying to understand. But that's all I really got for Phaedra. That is why Phaedra was number 9. She didn't have no package. She didn't have no storyline. And she barely was even, like, present to me, to be honest. Like, even though she was on the screen, she was really not present. She didn't really do much for me. You feel what I'm saying? So what I would do now is ask you guys exactly where would you rate Phaedra? And tell me why would you rate Phaedra? Where would you rate Phaedra? And I will put it on the screen. I will put your comments on the screen as we go along. But where would you rate Phaedra? Okay? Let me see. Phaedra gave nothing but ad libs. I love Phaedra, plus the white audience loves her, and Bravo loves her for that. I'm not a major Phaedra fan, but I think she's taking a different approach with the Jasmine Crockett piece. I wish Candy wanted to come back so she can take Phaedra off. I get that. I think some of her stuff got cut, like the stuff she was doing with Jasmine and all that. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all. Last place. Well, this was last place, child. This was last place. Like, honestly, like that was last place. Number 9 is last place. Just to let you guys know. If you don't know, now you know. Number 9 is definitely last place. It's definitely last place, honey. Definitely. Um. So let's go ahead and get into the next ranking, right? So the next ranking, number 8. Y'all might be mad at me about this one, but Drew. Now let me tell y'all why Drew number 8. Drew is number 8 for the same reasoning as Phaedra is number 8. It was number 9. Drew didn't have much of a storyline this season. We didn't really. I tuned into this season thinking that Drew was gonna show us more of her divorce, like more of the things that she was going through. Like, I really wish that she would have opened up a little bit more about the divorce of it all and her struggles with that. We didn't really get much of what's going on with the divorce and the housing situation until the very end of the season. But as far as I'm concerned, Drew didn't really do anything besides the only thing that really kept Drew afloat was her beefs with Shamea and Kelli and K. Michelle. If she did not have that, she wouldn't be much of a presence. She would probably be number 9 if she didn't have it. You know what I mean? And this alliance that she had with Porsha, Phaedra, and Angela kind of propped her up too. So to be honest, that is why I choose to put Drew at number 8, because she didn't have much of a story. She didn't have much of a story, to be honest. So yeah, this is why she's number 8. This is why she's number 8. Let me see. Number 7. I'm gonna give number 7 to K. Michelle. Now, let me tell you why I give her number 7. K. Michelle actually did have stories to tell. K. Michelle she opened up about her marriage. She opened up about her body issues. She opened up about her country music. And not only did she have that going on, but she also had the situations with Porsha and Drew. I think that Kay could have been higher than number 7 had her season started off in a different way. Had she started off like she ended, I think she would have been higher. But she really had a fucked up first half of the season. Like, she was hella paranoid, like somebody said in the comments. She was hella paranoid. She was coming up with things in her head, and the beef with Drew was so misplaced. It was very misplaced for me. It was very misplaced. Even her beef with Porsha was kind of misplaced. But the thing that gives her an edge over Phaedra and Drew is the fact that Kay actually brought us a storyline. Like she literally brought us a storyline. And on top of that, her reunion performance actually it actually redeemed her reunion performance. The reunion performance actually gave us what we were looking for from K. Michelle. So I think that a solid 7 is good for K. Michelle. Because if it wasn't for her redemption towards the end of the season, and if it wasn't for her reunion performance, she probably would have been number 8 or number 9, to be honest, if it wasn't for that. So Yes. K Michelle is number 6. I mean number 7. Number 7. Number 6. I would give number 6 to Cynthia. Although Cynthia was a friend of the show, Cynthia gave Peach. Cynthia Cynthia showed up to clock in. She planned a trip as a friend of the show. She showed up a lot as a friend of the show, even though she was just a friend. She wasn't a peach holder, but she was just a friend. She showed up more. Um and she didn't need a storyline as a friend. You know, she didn't necessarily need no storyline as a friend of the show. Honestly, she really did. But I think that she really did her thing as a friend of the show this season, and she had a pretty decent season. Now, although I did not care for Cynthia for most of this season, um I do think that she really did a pretty solid job as on the show as a cast member, although she was just a friend. And it was to the point where people was thinking that Cynthia needed her peach bag. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I do think that Cynthia deserves to definitely be at number 6. I do. I think that she um doing that. I think that. I think that she did a pretty decent job. What do you guys think about Cynthia? Do y'all think that Cynthia did a pretty decent job this season on the show? Do y'all think that? I'm not a Cynthia. I mean, I'm not a Cynthia either, but I'm here to give a bitch props when they deserve it. And she deserved them props, Chad. Yeah, she did a great job. Y'all don't think so? She did decent. I still would have had her at number 8. Mm, okay. Cynthia, I could take her or leave her. I think she did. Okay. Let me see. I think she did good as well. See, a lot of y'all thinking that she did good too. So she didn't really do bad to be a friend. She did more as a friend than some people did as housewives. Y'all gotta admit that. Y'all gotta admit that. Y'all do. Your reason makes sense. Thank you, Belle. Thank you, honey. I just didn't like how she wouldn't let Shamea speak in the third part. Nah, I didn't like that at all either. I didn't like that at all. I promise you I did. I didn't like that, period. Because she could have let her talk. She could have let her talk, child. Okay? She did more than Phaedra Andrew, to be honest. Exactly! It's Von Sale. Hey, that's my whole point, child. I told y'all, I'm being fair. I'm being fair. I'm taking any bias that I may have out of this. I'm being very fair right now. Okay, so that's number 6. So let's get to number 5, okay? Number 5 is Angela. Now, while Angela didn't have much of a storyline herself, Angela did have more of a presence. Angela had a lot of beefs that kept her afloat. She had her beef with Shamea. She had her beef with Kelli. Those two things pretty much kept her afloat. Not to mention this group that she got with Drew, the friendship with Drew, the group with Phaedra and Porsha and Cynthia. I think all of that pretty much kept her. Now, her story, she did have a storyline, but the thing about it was, I just felt like it really wasn't told in the way that it could have been. You feel what I'm saying? We needed to know more about the situation with her and her daughter, and why her daughter really wasn't trying to tell her much about her marriage, and why she really wasn't trying, because we got more about it when we got to the reunion. Because if we didn't, I was thinking that her ass was being homophobic. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that her ass was being homophobic, honestly. I really was. But when she explained everything, and she was basically saying that her daughter came out to her when she was 12 years old, I thought that was pretty interesting. And I'm like, okay, so why aren't we talking about this then? Why didn't we hear more of this story? Because that would have made more sense, and I would have been way more interested had she told us more of that. You feel what I'm saying? So that is my only issue with it. But for the most part, give. She did give. And what I mean by give, she did come through and just she did come through and give us more than what the others did. She did. You feel what I'm saying? So Angela is definitely number 5. Number 4. I'll give number 4 to Kelli. Kelli had a storyline all season. She wasn't afraid to expose the things that she was going through as far as her divorce with her husband, her business woes, and of course she had her own, issues with Porsha. She was the only one she was one of the few that was not afraid to step to Porsha. And she had an all well-rounded story. It wasn't just about beefing and all of that. Like, she really did have some things to discuss on this show. And she kept it a book about her struggles. And one thing about me, I'm a sucker for a person that got an actual storyline where they're actually being honest about the things that they are going through. And whether you like Kelli or not, she did give y'all that. She did give y'all that. She definitely gave y'all that. And can't nobody say she didn't. She definitely gave that. She gave us a little bit more than the other girls did. Especially with all the stuff that she was dealing with her husband and things of that nature. So yes, I do think that Kelli deserves to be number 4. And I know that a lot of y'all don't like Kelli, but Kelli also deserves to come back to the show next season. Yeah, y'all don't like her, but she does deserve to come back. Like, she's been delivering consistently since she's been on. Consistently. And y'all can bring up Gary all y'all want to, but I don't care about that. What I'm talking about is what's going on, what happened on this show. And I think that she's well deserving of her spot right here at number 4. She gave story, she gave beef, and she was fearless. And she did a decent job at the reunion. She stood 10 toes down on everything. She really did. She stood 10 toes down. I like a girl that's gonna stand 10 toes down, baby. Love a girl that's gonna do that. So long as you stand 10 toes down, baby, I'm here for it. Like, I'm literally here for the shit. Like, I'm here for her standing 10 toes down. So shout out to Kelli for being number 4. Number 4, okay? Number 3. I would give number 3 to Pinky. I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna agree with this one, but I give number 3 to Pinky. Number 3, Pinky being number 3 for me is because she's been real from the moment she came on. She's been real. Although her bankruptcy was on repeat and it was a broken record, she came in with a story. She was very honest about her money woes. She was very honest about her business practices. She was very honest about not telling her husband about her damn divorce. I mean, not divorce, but bankruptcy. She was honest about liking women. She gave me a whole lot of knowledge on, businesses and what's the tool for bankruptcy and things like that. She shared a lot this season. Her fight with Angela is probably one of the best fights that they had this season. And she's been very open. And for me, it's not about whether or not I like somebody or not, right? My rating is not based off of that. Because if it was based off of who I like the most, K. Michelle would be number 1. Let's be clear. If it was about who I like the most, K. Michelle would definitely be number 1. But she ain't. You know what I mean? So, I think that Pinky is good TV. I think that she definitely should be back next season, and y'all can, flame me for this, thumbs me down all you want to, but baby, that girl came through and she clocked in. Like Pinky clocked in too. Like for real, she did. Y'all ain't gotta agree with it. But the girl clocked in. She showed us every damn thing. And we need housewives that are honest and very much so showing that. Honest, cause she wiped her ass with that 89K. Lexi Lean, I get that you don't like Pinky, but that girl was honest about most of the things that she was going through. Like, please. I don't care about Angela winning the fight. Pinky showed more on this show than Angela did. Sorry. I told y'all. Me ranking this is not based off likability. It's not based off of that. It's based off of who brought the most. And Pinky brought one of the ones that brought the most. Okay? She did. Now we're at number 3. So let's take a little bit of a rewind back to the beginning. Phaedra. Phaedra's number 9 because I don't feel like Phaedra brought enough. She was there, but she wasn't there. She didn't have no storyline, and she mainly was just there to make comedic timing in her confessionals. And she could have done it as a friend of the show. So that's why Phaedra was number 9. Let's take it back again, okay? Drew is number 8 because we didn't see much from her either. Her beefs with K. Michelle, Kelli, and Shamea kept her afloat, as well as her friendship with with Angela. But we didn't see much of her situation with her divorce. She didn't talk much about her divorce. We didn't see anything about her real life this season. All she did was show the mess. That's it. Okay. Number 7 was K. Michelle. K. Michelle actually gave us story, but her first half of the season was a bummer. She really didn't show up and show out until the very end of the season and when she came to the reunion. So, so I think that's why she's right at the mid section at number 7. I think a solid 7 was the best approach for her. Number 6 is Cynthia. Cynthia did way more as a friend of the show than others did holding peaches. You feel what I'm saying? She showed up, she clocked in when she was supposed to, and did all of that. So number 6 was definitely Cynthia. Number 5 was Angela. She had a storyline, but they didn't tell it in the most correct way, but she had a presence for most of the part. Her beefs with Shamea, Pinky, and Kelli were basically ones that kept her afloat. And even though her storyline wasn't told correctly, you know what I mean? You still knew that she was there. So I gave Angela number 5. Number 4 is Kelli. She was very honest about her about what she was going through, about her divorce, about her money woes, about her business woes, about her businesses closing, about her not being able to film with her kids. She was very transparent, and I appreciate a person that's very transparent. And we already know that I said that number 3 was Pinky because she came into the fold telling the truth and telling her story and just being 100% real about the things that she was going through. Okay? So let's get into the final 2 people. Y'all know who the last 2 are that are left, and y'all probably are wondering who's number 1. I give number 2 to Shamea. Shamea was the talk of the season. Shamea was the one who everybody spoke about. Shamea was the one who caused the most discourse on social media. Shamea had beef with half the cast. Shamea had beef with Kelli, and not Kelli. She had beef with Drew, Porsha, Angela. She had friendships with K. Michelle, Kelli, and Pinky. And her name was in everybody's mouth. And not only was she in most of the drama and her name was in everybody's mouth, but Shamea also showed the storyline. She also showed us the things that she was trying to do. Although that RHOA shit was a fail from the very beginning, she even though that RHOA was a fail from the very goddamn beginning. You feel what I'm saying? It's mainly It's mainly the situation at hand. She gave us a storyline. She showed us her struggles with the surrogacy, how she wants to do more as an individual outside of being a wife, and all of those different things. So I think that Shamea is number two. Although I was going back and forth with her being number one or number two, because I knew out of everybody on this show, I knew who number two and number one would be. And I was going back and forth with both of them. And since y'all know, since Shamea's number two, y'all know who number one, and that's Porsha. So that should let y'all know that my ass ain't biased. Porsha's number one because Porsha was in charge of the girls. As much as we said that all these girls wanted to be her lap dogs and all this other shit and wanted to be up under her, that makes her number one. Like, she had the power to make sure the girls was up under her. She had the power to make sure that, you know, she ran that whole left side of the couch. She was the one that was keeping the girls in line and doing what she was supposed to do as an anchor. I might not like Porsha, but I think that number one, she was the number one girl this season. Her and Shamea ran the show. That's just what it is. Her and Shamea were number one and number two for a reason. They gave us everything to discuss. Listen, I ain't no Porsha fan either. Y'all gotta know that now. I ain't no Porsha fan either. But we gotta be real and we gotta be honest. The girl deserves the number one spot. Okay? She do. She do. And y'all know it pained me to give her that. It pained me. But I had to be honest. I had to be real and I had to be honest. I couldn't just get up here and lie to y'all. Like, who else would have been number one besides Shamea? Phaedra didn't deserve number one. Pinky didn't deserve number one. Kelli didn't deserve number one. You know what I'm saying? Who else could have been number one besides Porsha and Shamea? I don't see nobody else that could have took the number one spot. I don't see. I don't see it. It was either Porsha or Shamea for me. And that's just the bottom line. Now, y'all, I know some of y'all mad at me for this ranking. Some of y'all might be crying about this ranking. But I had to be unbiased. I had to be real. I couldn't come on here and lie to y'all. I just couldn't do that. I couldn't. So with that, lie to me, Scotty. Okay, I can't stand Porsha, but you got a point. Right, we ain't gotta like the girl. Look, we ain't gotta like her. We ain't gotta like her, but we gotta be honest, right? We ain't gotta like her to be real. So, yeah, that's all I got for that. That's all I got. We had like 95 people up in here. We got close to our 100 threshold. We got close to it. But it was like 95 people up in here, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. I might come back a little later for songs that were problematic a little later because of the simple fact that that I didn't do one yesterday like I wanted to. But I might. It depends. I might. If y'all want me to do one, I'll try to do one tonight. But with that being said, y'all, your boys up out of here. Let me do this real quick. Cause I'm working on part 2. Okay, so make sure you guys get into That's Why You're Lonely, honey. It's available on Kindle and Amazon. So make sure you guys go and pick it up. Okay. And that's it, and that's all. I will see you guys later. I'll holler at you guys soon. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. And yes, Andrea, I will be redoing the other live that I had to stop in the midst of it because my brother called. The Kenya and Kim one, yes, I will be redoing it. I'll holler at you guys a little later. Bye.